Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus. Again, Project 2025. People are talking about it. What is it? What's really going on? Project 2025, you've heard people say, all of the news media that's talking about it, describing it, or that part that they can evaluate. For me, Project 2025 is a curse. It is basically a sign from the Master that we, the people, are failing one another. We have not matured to the extent that we are eligible for a different way of life. It's like man putting his hand on the stove and fire. The first reaction causes a burn, he takes it off, and usually they don't put it back. So the things that we engage ourselves in life, the consequences should teach us the proper way to conduct ourselves, to carry ourselves, if we don't know how. Project 25 is a curse of the American people. It basically represents what America has truly been about all of her existence: white supremacy. White supremacy, the people who were white had the privilege and the power, and they did whatever they wanted to do to any and everybody else. They got the law on their side, they got the people on their side, they got the slaves, those who were beat down and separated from their kids and raped, and oh man, when they tried to do something, they burned the whole city and town down and killed many of them. And when it came down to what they did to the natives, and these are just a couple of things that they did to a couple of group of people, and if they were doing this for these, you know what they possibly were doing for everybody else. And at the same time, we had a little what they call a good time. Now that good time was an expression by those who were the privileged. They were the ones making the rules. They were the ones printing the news, deciding what was good and what was bad, and what they were doing was always good. So America, in their view, was great. Greatest country on the face of the earth. And they were convincing just by repeating that all the people that were hurting, all the people that were crying, going through all these changes, just accepted that America was the greatest nation on earth. And if America is the greatest nation on earth, even though we going through these pains, we probably don't want to go anywhere else because it could be worse. So this is our destiny. And so the pain, the suffering, the lying, the cheating, the exploitation, the hatred, the racism, the bigotry, all of that stuff continued. Now there were people on the other side of the fence saying, we don't like this is not us, we're against this, and they tried to make rules and regulations, pass a few laws here and there that would take away some of this pain and suffering. But it was just going around and around, round and around, because when you got a democracy that says you, the people, got the right to choose what you want, then if this is what you want, this is what you get. And what we have, ladies and gentlemen, is just that. We have a curse before us. The existence of all that stuff that America has been exposed to and engaged in and involved in against its own citizens, against its own people, since its inception, is right here before us now, 2024. We got the crook. Donald Trump represents white supremacy. Donald Trump represents what white people have always been like. Not all of them now. You know, you got some of the worst. You got not just stove fire, put your finger on, you got houses that burn down with big flames. So you got that too. But whatever has happened is here today. It is saying that these things have happened. They had those that carried it forward, created it, advocated it, and you had the rest who submitted. And today, we have a challenge before us. All that evilness, all it that has existed since America became a nation, it's right in the forefront today. It's in the crosshairs right here. All of the other stuff that was supposedly against that when you talk about religion, when you talk about God, when you talk about love, when you talk about Jesus, when you talk about righteousness, when you talk about compassion, when you talk about these kinds of things, well, these things that were talked about have permitted this other stuff to take place. However, right now you're in a position to make a choice. Which way do you want to go? This is before you. All that you really are or have been is 2025. Ready to just grab you and snatch you straight to hell. What I mean by that, the pain and suffering that so many have felt before, you gonna get it too. Now, if you are not that evil, if you're not really a racist, if you're not really a bigot, if you don't really hate, if you really trust in a God, then you will stand up and tell 2025 to go to hell. Because you are not buying it. Now, what is 2025 for those of you who just want to pretend? It is saying to you, the women, you don't have the right to decide what you're going to do with your body. I heard somebody talking about some other group in another country where the women have to be covered all the way down from the crown of their head down to the bottom of their feet. And when they go out in public, they can't even sing because singing is supposed to be a sexual thing. And to sing, it means you're messing with men, trying to get them to do evil or bringing evil around. And that's the things that people talk about when they don't know the truth. And these people got to go through that. You Americans don't go through that. You think you blessed because you don't have to go through that. But ladies and gentlemen, you're not living your dreams. Voting is very important. You must, if you care anything about yourselves, go to these polls and vote. And if you are not a demonic person, if you're not filled with evil and low downness, now see, this evil and low downness, I'm calling this evil and low downness, but that's God's response to what we allow to happen, to what we close our eyes to what we say we can't see. See, that's truly what we are bound to. We're not bound to God. If we're bound to God, we'd have peace, prosperity, freedom, joy, and happiness. We'd be living our dreams. We wouldn't suffer for nothing. Our needs, wants, and desires met whenever we want them. But no, that's what the other plan offers. But this is 2025. It didn't offer that. But you have a challenge before you at this election. Which way are you going to go? Talk to you next time.